All right. I screwed up problem number 2 of this review because I didn't realize there's the remnants of my graphing, which is wrong. Why? Because I did not realize that the scaling, gotta be careful of the scaling, is by 2s on both the x along this way and the y. They all go by 2s. I thought only one of them did. So, my bad. So I'm starting over. I'm just going to redo this. So the first question is, a large gas company offers a membership for $20 per month, okay, with an incentive of a reduced price per gallon at the pump. Without the membership, the price per gallon is $4.20. The graph shows the price paid in dollars Y for X gallons of gas each month. Which line, solid or dotted, represents the membership price per month based on X gallons of gas? How do you know? Well, it's going to be the solid line because it has an initial value, right? You have to pay $20 a month to get the reduced price in gas. And you notice that means the y-intercept is equal to 20. And you estimate that the only one that's equal to 20 is the solid line because the broken line starts at 0. Which price is lower for someone who buys 20 gallons? Well, 20 gallons is right here. So I drew a line going straight up. And you see the line hits the broken graph first, okay? The broken, and that means it's lower than the solid graph. Well, the solid graph represents the membership money you pay. So the non-membership price is what someone who, what did I say? Non-membership price pays the least amount. It's not by a heck of a lot, but it's by a few dollars, all right? Because the solid line is on top of the broken line. It says, for what number of gallons of gas is the overall price each month the same? Well, it's the intersection point. Right there at 40 gallons. Okay? Now, and that was the first one. The second question, there's only 5 questions on this quiz, is you have 2 lines. There's going to be a yellow graph and a green graph. The slope, and you have to graph these. So the slope of the yellow graph is -3/1. The y-intercept is -9. That's a little bit tricky for this because -9 does not show up on the graph. Luckily for you, you can estimate it. So there's -9. Now the slope is -3/1. So that means we go down 3. Now this is where I screwed up last time. Remember, these are by 2s, and these are by 2s. So that means we go down 1, 3 is all the way down here, and we go halfway. I went a full way. So it would be here. Or we go up 1, 2, 3 to the left 1. I went, okay, notice this is by 2s. That's what screwed me up. I thought these were by 1s. So there's your 2 dots. That's all you really need, but go up 2, 3 over 1. I think that's going to be enough. And we estimate this. And there's the yellow graph. The green graph is a little bit easier because it has a y-intercept at -4, which is right there. And we go down 1 to the right, 1, 2, that puts us there. Or we go up, oh, I'm sorry. I screwed that up too, because we go down 1, it's halfway, to the right 2, and we're there. We go up 1, to the left 1, 2, and that puts us right there. And you can see that the solution is not even really a point on Okay, it's right there, roughly. Okay, and it looks like the solution is, find the solution. The solution is going to be -2, comma, -3. Okay, and you can check it. Plug it in. -2 times -3 is 6, minus 9 gives you -3. It worked in the top equation. -2 times a -1/2 is 1, minus 4 is -3, and it worked in the bottom equation. That is the solution. On your quiz, you're going to be given the right kind of grid. In other words, it's not going to be scaled by twos. It'll be 1, 2, 3, 4 in all directions. All right? Determine if the system has 0, 1, or infinitely many solutions. The main thing you got to look at is the first thing you want to check is the slope. Because if they have the same slope, then or if they have different slopes, then you know there's one solution. If they have the same slope, then you have to check the y-intercept to see if they're parallel lines or the same line. So let's look at the slopes. Remember, when it's written in standard form is ax plus by equals c. The slope is the opposite of a over b. So for the top line, I'm going to make that yellow. It's going to be a is 3, so it'll be m equals -3 over 5. All right, which happens to match the slope there because that's in slope-intercept form. You know m2 equals -3 over 5. So the y-intercept of the top line, that is, you scribble out the x, and you saw 5y equals 20 is 4. And you see the y-intercept of the bottom line is also 4. They're the same line, all right, even though they don't look the same. That's the beauty of this, or the trickiness of this. So we would say, since they are the same line, that is same M and same B, there are many solutions. Okay, many solutions. Okay, explain your reasoning. It's because they're the same line, just written differently. The next question is just like from 4.1, I think it was, where you were just getting introduced to the idea of a system of equations, where they give you the graph, they give you points on the graph, and they ask you which point, how do you interpret, such and such a point. So let's read through this. Nisha wants to buy drinks from a local coffee shop for her friends at work. She has a gift card with $25 that she wants to use completely. That's a key. She wants to use it all. And a total of 7 drinks to buy. Okay, the coffee shop sells lattes for $4 and hot chocolates for $3. The graph shows a system of equations for this scenario where X is the number of hot chocolates and Y is the number of lattes. Okay, in the order. The solid line represents the price Nisha paid for the drinks. So this is price is the solid. And the broken is the number of drinks. Okay. The solid line represents Nisha paid for the drinks, and the dashed line represents the number of drinks Nisha ordered. Okay. Write an equation for this solid line. Well, that's the money she spent. And we know she wants to use all of her $25. Okay. And they say that X, X is the number of hot chocolates. So that'll be X, and the cost of a hot chocolate is 3. I think. And hot chocolate is $3. And then Y is the number of lattes, and they're each $4. So you have this, 3X plus 4Y equals 25. That's the equation. That's the equation of this price line, which is solid. It says interpret the point D. All right, if you look at point D right here, that point is where the two graphs intersect. So point D represents the number of drinks of hot chocolate and lattes that would use all $25. That's the solid line, and buy 7 drinks. I can't even spell. DRINKS, drinks. Okay, and then interpret point A. Point A is right here, which is solely on the broken line. It's not on the solid line. And the broken line is the number of drinks. So point A represents, maybe I should say point A, represents 7 drinks bought but she did not use all $25. She would have some money left over on her card. So only satisfied one of the expressions. That is that she got 7 drinks. Okay, question 5 is just straight up. Now notice this looks different is because the system they gave you was kind of crazy looking. So I made it a lot easier, and that's going to be the same on your actual quiz. So it says the system equation shown has solution x, y. Find the value of x. They want you to solve this system, basically, to get x, and you would also get y. So how do you do this? Well, this is perfectly set up for substitution. So in substitution, it says it's going to be negative x plus 6y equals 3. Now, inside, y, according to the second equation, is negative 5x minus 15. That's an equation in one variable to solve. How do you solve it? You distribute the 6, just like from the last unit, and you probably should use a calculator because I doubt many of you can handle it. Some of you will. Okay, but 6 times negative 5 is negative 30. 6 times negative 15 is a little bit trickier. 6 times 10 is 60. 6 times 5 is 30. It's 90, negative 90. And that equals 3. I'm simplifying the left side. Combining like terms, you got negative 31x minus 90 equals 3. Solve this two-step equation, add 90 to both sides. Get negative 31x equals 93. X equals 93 divided by negative 31, which happens to be negative 3. Now, that's all they ask you for, because they specifically said just find the value of x. So this is your answer. But if they said solve this system, you would have to take that x and plug it into either one of these two equations. I personally would plug it into the one that gives you y. I just replace x with y. I'm just going to show it to you just so you can see it. So this becomes 15 minus 15. That equals 0. So the value of x is -3. The value of y is 0. It's the point that's on both where the graphs cross is at negative. Ooh, what is that? Is at -3, 0. Okay, but they only wanted you to solve for x. All right, and that's your quiz. All right, so good luck with reviewing, and I will see you next class period.